Hello guys, and welcome to another fitness video. Today, instead of doing workouts or routines or anything like that, we are going to focus on recovery. So if you do not know what foam rolling is or how to foam roll, join me today and I will help assist you in learning. Foam rolling is so important for recovery. If you look at any athlete, basketball player, football player, anybody, professional athletes are getting deep tissue massages on a regular basis. Unfortunately, most of us can't afford to get deep tissue massages after every single time we work out. So when you feel your muscles after working out, they should not be rock hard. Your muscles are not supposed to be hard unless you're flexing. If they are, you have knotting and issues with the tissues. So what you need to do is get into foam rolling. Foam rolling is basically, the way my brother put it, the poor man's deep tissue massage. So my rule of thumb is that you need to spend as much time in recovery as you spend in training. So whether that's doing inversions, stretching, or foam rolling, you need to spend just as much time in your recovery as you do in your training sessions. So to get started, typically if you are a beginner with foam rolling, you're going to start with one of these. This is a kind of a softer beginner foam roller. It's really big, it's going to give you a lot of support, but I'll be honest, even as a beginner myself, I only use this for maybe a week and then I already upgraded. So if you're willing to tough it out, you might want to just jump into a harder foam roller, but you can start with one of these blue ones. It's a lot softer and it's not going to be so tough on the muscles. So as we get into this routine, I'm going to show you some moves and some of the foam rolling that I do. I definitely treat it more like a meditation or a stretching session or similar to like yoga. So I'll have my little mister going and I just try to get in a very relaxed state. You want to do this after your workouts or after athletic training. Do not do this prior. You do not want loose muscles whenever you're doing any type of workout or any type of training. And as always, if needed, seek medical advice for this. Do not go off of what I say. I am just showing you what works for me. This one is much harder, and in addition to being much harder, it has little grooves in it. So when I lay on this, I'm basically using my body weight to have this massage me. So as I show you the moves, you're going to move something like this around. If you want a softer or smoother, like on the spine area, you're going to use something like this. If you want to do it where it's really just knotting in like fingers, you're going to want to use this side. So one of the other things that I use, and this is definitely for your more advanced foam rollers, is you can use like a lacrosse ball. I actually bought this from I think Sports Chalet or something like that, Big Five maybe, and this is called the Orb, but this is a ball foam roller. And this is for when you really want to get into those intense deep areas. I use this a lot on the calves, and I also use it a lot on the kind of traps and the delts in between your shoulder blades. So I'll show you a little bit on this as well. I am not personally going to be using the beginner foam roller. If you are a beginner, get a beginner foam roller if you'd like, and do the same routine that I'm going to show you on my much more advanced foam roller. Alright, so as we get into this routine, I just want to let you guys know I will sometimes spend as much as 2 hours, 3 hours foam rolling. You don't have to do that. This is something where we recommend that you do at least 10 minutes a day, 10 to 20 minutes a day if you can. And the key thing is when you get into areas where you find pain or you find a knot, you want to take that pain and relax into it and breathe and relax into it. And the more you do that, the more you're going to feel that knot loosen up, and eventually it's going to go away. It may take a few days, a week for you to continue to treat these knotted areas for them to completely loosen up. But I mean, myself, I noticed a difference within literally a week. And not only that, you actually become more in tune with your muscles and start really noticing maybe pains that you didn't notice before. So we're going to move through this really quickly. I'm just going to show you moves, and then if you're doing this at home, please just take your time and do each move slowly and spend a few minutes in each pose. So I always start by stretching and lengthening the back. So the first thing you want to do is kind of get in this position. I always want to put my foam roller right behind me and give myself a big bear hug. Really stretch your arms all the way around your back as far as you can. Lean yourself back onto that foam roller and then just put a little bit of weight into it and roll that spine out.
And try not to tuck your chin, keep your chin a little bit back, but put a little weight on that spine and just roll it back and forth. And honestly, if you have never done this, and even if you have done it, you just need to, you'll definitely feel some back cracking. So after I roll out my spine, I go ahead and take this and I'll lay on my right and my left lat. So my right and left side here. So if you're a beginner, you can keep your hip on the ground and just kind of roll your lat out like this. But if you're more advanced, you're gonna wanna lift that hip up and really put that weight into it. Really roll that muscle. And again, like I feel a knot right here, I'm really gonna wanna sit and kind of press into that knot and just breathe. On the other side, again, I'm just doing a little bit just to keep it even. Show you guys the routine. You can put your arm up if you want, stretch it out. Now, another thing to note with this is try not to use this on your lower back. When you're doing fitness routines, you want your lower back to stay tight. This is gonna loosen it up. So you can go down close, but try not to use this too much on the lower back. There are other tools for lower back muscles. The next fun one to do is, your butt muscles. So for this, when we get into the leg ones, I do want to let you know they can be a little bit harder on the wrist, especially if you're using a lot of your body weight because you're going to be pushing on your wrist. I personally wear wrist braces to help with any type of wrist weight I'm putting down. So for your butt, I usually like to start by doing my entire right leg and then I'll go through the same routine on my entire left leg. So I do back and front, I do butt all the way down the back, back up the front. So for your butt, you're just gonna kind of put your weight on it, lean to the right, and roll all the way up to kind of where your butt meets the lower back, and back down to underneath the tailbone. And back up, and down underneath the tailbone. And again, you should really feel this getting into those muscles, and if you feel those knots, stop for a second, relax into it. Once I do that for a bit, I move on to the upper thigh. So from that lower tailbone, where we just started, I'm now gonna go from the lower tailbone up underneath the kneecap. So I usually will cross my legs. Again, if you need to put a little weight down because you're a beginner, that's fine. But I'm trying to put all my weight right into my thigh and roll it on the foam roller. And for this one, usually I'll be honest, as soon as I get to the back of my legs, I'll go into the ball because the ball is really gonna get into those muscles a lot better. So again, if you can get a foam roller and a ball like this, or a lacrosse ball, it's great. Perfect for the calves as well. So calves, same thing. If you're a beginner, you can keep one leg down. You wanna put some pressure on that muscle and just roll out the calf muscle. Again, if you find knots, you wanna sit on the knot, put your weight in. If you're more advanced, which is hard to do on the ball, so I'll do it on here. If you're more advanced, what I typically do is I'll take the roller, and I like to take the nice little fingery knot side, and I'll actually cross my legs on top of it and really push my weight into those little grooves. And this is great if you wear heels. I will tell you, this really, really loosens up that Achilles tendon. So if you notice you get soreness in the back of the ankle wearing heels, doing this foam rolling exercise daily will definitely help with that pain and make it a lot easier to walk in heels. So next we're gonna take it to the front. Again, don't rush through your routine like we are today. I'm just showing you the moves. But you're gonna wanna kind of get on your calf. Don't put the pressure on your bone. You wanna put it on the muscle either on the outside or inside area, primarily outside. And then I like to just take it. And again, beginners, feel free to leave your legs on the ground and just kind of put a little weight into it. But if you're more advanced, you can lift all your weight off the ground and really push your weight into the foam roller. Get any knots out. Make sure you're feeling those muscles. Push those muscles into it. Once you get done with that, you're gonna jump up to top of the thigh. Again, this is where a lot of people get knee problems. Tight quad muscles can easily pull on the knees and actually cause you to have a lot of issues with your knees. So this is an important one if you have any type of knee issues, if you're a runner. So for top of the quads, again, if you're a beginner, you can keep your knee down here, you know, and just kind of put a little bit of weight on it, balance yourself with that. Or if you're more advanced, go into more of a plank pose and lift your weight completely up and really push that weight into the foam roller. Again, if you find any knots, you want to stop, breathe. You can even drop down here, release yourself into it. And once you're done with that, you're basically going to do the other side, which I will forego for you guys today. Okay guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. I know it was a little bit rushed. Again, I usually take, you know, sometimes 10-15 minutes in just one spot. Also, as you learn your body and you feel your own body out, you're going to feel where you want to get those muscles in, and you're also going to learn maybe other areas where you can use these. So I hope I helped you guys out today. Please, if you're not already foam rolling and you are active, start doing it. It's going to make a huge improvement in your overall health and fitness regimen. That being said, guys, if you have not done so already, please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and ring that bell to get notified of my upcoming uploads. I appreciate you guys again for all the support, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.